Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Steel City Knives. Right, I've got another video for you today, and I was involved in a knife auction. So it was a really brilliant experience, complete novice to auctions in general. So it was a real big eye-opener, and I've really enjoyed it. And if you're a knife lover in the UK, I strongly advise that you have a go at it because it's so much fun. So let me show you. So this was the auction house that I made an account with and did my first auction with. I actually called them for permission. They said they're quite happy for me to show them their business. Brilliant business, really. So when I heard about this auction, it was half an hour before it was about to kick off. So I didn't have a great deal of time to prepare. I called them up. There was a lovely lady I spoke to, and she held my hand for it all and explained everything to me, and it was brilliant. But again, I had half an hour to prepare for this auction, so it was very rushed. So the lots I won and the lots I got approved. So basically, you need to be approved before you can do any live bidding. And it's quite a straightforward thing to do. But obviously, with only half an hour, I should have just gone round and blanketed it all and got approved for everything. But I didn't. I went and just got a few. And then I called to make sure I got the approval, so it all went ahead. Which, if you had a bit more time, or you knew about these things, or you was a bit more savvy to these auctions, you would have done that ages ago and then be all ready to go. But I wasn't, and I had about half an hour. And I was a bit gutted, really, because I wanted to sort of tell my knife buddies about it and share, you know, say, look at all these lots coming up. And there were so many. And to be honest, I don't think I even saw the sheer amount that there was there, because it was very, like I say, I was all over the place. And my computer crashed halfway through it. My missus came home halfway through it and asked a million questions. And all this time, I'm trying to bid on all these lots. So what I'll do, I won 3 lots. This is the smallest lot. The other 2 lots comprised of 8 knives per lot. I'll do a video for each. Well, that's if you enjoy this one. And each video I'll do, I'll also show you some other lots that were up and what they went for, just to give you a more rounded view of what's out there. So, should we have a look at the other lots that there were first? So, you might be a bit disappointed with my lot once we discuss these, but there were some brilliant knives up for grabs. I missed out because, to be honest, I think I was quite restrained. I didn't let myself go a little bit on a stupid lot. I don't know why I was transfixed on getting this particular knife. But yeah, but I won this. So yeah, we'll go through the lots. So there was lot 709 that I really liked the looks of. And this was went for £120. It consisted of 8 knives. There was a Rogers, an Iverson, a Boker. Now, I know somebody that got the Boker after the auction. So I know, so basically I think a lot of Etsy sellers use these auctions. Well, I know that for a fact because I bought 2 knives on Etsy afterwards that I saw in the auction that I missed out on. And what we've all got to keep in mind is people need to make a living. So me, if I bought this lot, I wouldn't have got a great deal for this. I probably won't get a great deal for this, although I have seen one that was bought in that auction and they were selling it for a silly price, more than what it was probably worth. But yeah, so I probably wouldn't get a great deal for these, but I could sort of make my money back on these and then some. So there are some brilliant bargains to be had there. But again, it's a risk, isn't it? Because the auction house won't put detailed descriptions. They'll give you a brief description, and then it's down to your sort of knife knowledge to make out if they're worth that sort of money or not. But definitely some bargains to be had. And I would push anybody to have a go at it. Just don't get too carried away, because it's easily done, I can assure you. But yeah, so that lot 709 was brilliant. Really one that I wanted to get. There was lot 725. This had a 33 OT in that I was interested in, and I missed out on this. I think this is when the computer crashed, and they got all those knives for £40. Now, I found that 33 OT on Etsy afterwards, and the Etsy seller was having a sale. Now, I knew how much he paid for it, so I was ready for a bit of an inflated price. Obviously, he's got to make a living, and I was happy with what I paid for it. I paid something like £20 odd for this, I think. So I was happy with that. Now, you know, a 33 LT, it should have a clip point. Well, this has been used and abused, but they did show that in the auction picture, and I was quite happy with that. I think it's brilliant. It's like a bit of a Warncliffe or a coping blade, really a lot of character. This is just going to be like a pocket dropper for me, but I love the old-timer USA ones, and they are really hard to come across in the UK, so I picked that up. So I went and then picked that up on Etsy. So there was this Lockwood Brothers knife that I wanted to get. I don't think this sold, and I can't remember it coming through, so it may have been when my computer crashed. But looking back at it, it looks like it's not got a sold price. So sometimes they have a reserve, and obviously if it didn't meet that reserve, it didn't sell. And then there was like a Boca sort of German lot. You got Boca and Puma. I would have loved to have won this. I don't know what happened there. But they look brilliant knives. I had got approval for that as well, so I'm a bit unsure. It was over in a blur, honestly, it really was. Even though there were so many lots, but I don't think I got approved for as many as I should have, really. And I would have spent a fortune as well, there's always that. And then lot 723, this had a Taylor's Eyewitness coat bottle that I really wanted, and a Laguel, and a Coast Stockman. Now, I know somebody that bought the Coast Stockman from an Etsy seller, and I bought the Taylor's Eyewitness from that seller. I really wanted this knife. So I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole recently with like old sort of Sheffield knives with patterns that they don't really make anymore. And I really wanted, it's a really nice size coat bottle. It's sort of like a case size coat bottle. They're small swell centered jack, but look at this sort of spear point on it. And I love a spear point. I love this pattern. And the walking torque on it is just phenomenal. Really is. Of course it is. It's from Sheffield, you say. But yeah, absolutely. It's got a brilliant pen blade as well. But yeah, Taylor's Eyewitness. But yeah, really nice knife. Love this thing. But yeah, like a gator. Lovely. Vintage piece here, but yeah, love that. So I went and bought that again for a really good price off an Etsy seller. It wasn't too inflated for what he bought it for. I didn't pay a great deal for it. So the ones that I missed out on, I later went and picked up off at Etsy anyway. And then we had this lot 726, and that had a Richards knife in it. So I'd done a video on Richards, and they're probably more well known for their hollow handled, crimped on, really cheap knives. But this is a wooden spear point, sort of like a boy's knife pattern, and looked really good. I would imagine it's got a bit of age on it. And there was two reasons why I wanted this lot. Randy WSG, a fellow YouTuber, he really loves sort of old coins, and there was two knives here. They're like had farthings in there, sort of an old coin and a knife. So I thought it'd be nice to pick that up and send it over to him. But yeah, so I really wanted that Richards knife also. So that was one that and I think I missed out on that. I think that's when my computer crashed as well. I was so disappointed when it crashed. So right, should we have a look at what I actually won then? So this was my first lot I won. I think I paid about £55, something like that for it. So with the delivery fees, and then you pay auction fees. And that's what I would say to anybody that wants to try this. Read the fine print before you commit, because there are added fees. And sometimes the delivery is a lot more expensive than maybe you thought it would be, and things like that. But I worked this out. It works out about £13 a knife on this lot. So not too bad at all, considering that some of the knives we got. So this was the worst knife. There was no brand on this, no tang stamp. It's a Fisherman knife. It says stainless on it. It has got a lot of rust. Obviously, stainless is not stain free. It's just stainless. So really cheaply made. It's got like it's got a pair of scissors on it, and this is one you would just chuck in your tackle box, not really care about. Put a bit of an edge on it. It's got a nice clip point, but yeah, a bit of a bit, and that's what I mean. You'll get a mixed bag, and I found that with all three lots, there was a bit of a mixed bag. So you get the odd not so brilliant knife, and I'd probably class that as this. But you know, if you, like I say, if you chuck it in your tackle box, you're not bothered if you lose it, and it does a job, doesn't it, really, for those dirty jobs. But yeah, so, and then I got this Laguel. Now, these do vary in quality. I think I've said this before. A lot of manufacturers make Laguels. I'm not 100% certain what this manufacturer is. It is made in France. It's got 12C27 steel, which is a brilliant steel. I really enjoy that Sandvik steel. One thing, like I say, it tests your knowledge, but also just little things that you pick up on. So a lot of Laguels have a worked backspring. Sometimes they're filed or really intricate. Now this, you can see it's sort of machined. It looks quite cheap to me personally. And that's a sort of telltale sign. Although this does look like genuine horn, and it's not a bad knife. But I did see one of these won in the auctions, and then they were selling it for like 80 odd pounds on Etsy, which I thought was a bit much really. So I will pick up a really good Laguel, and we'll go through all the different manufacturers and brands of Laguel, because there's definitely some that sort of definitely have a higher price than others. But yeah, I mean, I'm not overly enamoured with the Laguel anyway. I'd have one because of how sort of historic it is, and it's a typical French knife, isn't it? And they are beautiful. As an EDC everyday carry, maybe not, but definitely one to have in the collection. I will pick another one up, I can assure you, but I don't think this one will be staying with me. Although it's a very good functional knife, and it's a good looking knife as well, isn't it? But yeah, maybe not one that I'll keep forever. This one really did. There was something about this knife. I was just really inquisitive about it. I wanted to find out a bit more about it. I don't think there was a lot of information in there. Now, all three of these have this beautiful detailed work on the liners or spacers. They call it coining, because it looks like the side of a coin with these patterns here. Let me see if I can find it on this. But yeah, just little bits like that. It's just that extra little, shows it's of good quality. Genuine horn covers, done really well. It's got some really unique tool sets. So this thing's like a drill. Let me see if I can get it out. I'm struggling around the camera sometimes, but there we go. That's it. I'm about trapping my fingers. But yeah, really nice thing to have, really. And it's got a unique tool set on this. If I just show you that, the other two tools on it. So you've got this thing, and there's a bit of a sharp side on that. And then this nice little tool. I'm not 100% certain what you'd use it for, but you could use it as a little terminal maybe, I don't know. But and then it's got some scissors, two blades. Let me see if I can pull out this main blade. It's sharp, I can assure you. Try not to cut myself. Talk amongst yourselves. So I'll just get this. I just want to see if anybody knows this maker. So, because I've not heard of them. I've not done a lot of research on any of them really. I'll be honest with you. When I won them all, they all went into a box, and then I've not got them out until now. So, right, and then we're left with these. So these are both sportsman knives, and I'll try and take a picture from my Levine's guide because I always use that as a reference. So this is what it says about the sportsman pattern. Now I didn't have this pattern in the collection, so I'm quite pleased to get these. I believe they're both sportsman's knives, just different shapes, but both genuine mother of pearl. And again, this is where your knife knowledge comes in. So I can't remember if they put the makers down on this. I don't think they did. But this is a Joseph Westby. I'm not 100% certain now. If you know Sheffield makers, you know that's quite a decent maker, brand sort of company. And then I can't remember what this one is. We'll have a quick look at it. It could be the other way around, actually. Like I say, I've not had them out, not done a lot of research. Yeah, sorry, that's the Joseph Westby. But this is where your knife knowledge comes in, because I see a pinned shield as a sign of like quality. I suppose back in the day they probably did that to all of them, but or a great deal. But genuine mother of pearl covers, really nice. And these are really tiny. I should have got a little peanut out or something to show for comparison, but they are really small knives, but just fantastic pieces. Really are. Absolutely, look at that, mother of pearl. And they've got such a unique, now this one has got a bit of damage on that pin, but look at this, and again, look, with the coined liners, really nice work. This has got this brilliant nail tool. So it's obviously a nail cleaner, bit of a nail file, and then another sort of nail file here where you can really get in there. But and then they've got this one's got this lovely little hook. And then look at this, look at the detail on this little pick. Just, they really knew how to make knives back then, didn't they? And put some beautiful work on it. Yeah, this one's the Joseph Westby. So you can't really make out the Westby, but I've got a few Joseph Westbys in the collection. So, but yeah, so it's got this small blade. Look at that, listen to the snap on it. I don't know what the age is on this, but it always brings a smile to my face when you got this. And look at how small it is. This is what I mean. It just makes you laugh when we go on about a bit of blade rubbing on massive Stockmans and just some of the cutlery they used to make and the skill that they had. You know, I'm sure they wouldn't have had blade rubbing in these days, but they didn't have half the equipment we have now. But yeah, just a lovely little piece, absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got this one here. Now this is probably more known, more typical sports knife sort of pattern, but again, this is probably a scaled down version of it. Now, see how the colour's gone. Now in the pictures it's shown this to be really in good condition, but this has got a bit of scarring here where there's a bit of a burr on the bail, and you can see the mother of pearl is quite discoloured on this side. Mother of pearl, you really do just need a bit of water on it. Anything else, it can sort of turn it off. Now I don't know, right, I've just had a look at the time. This is going to be a bit of a long one, I apologise guys, but if anybody knows what this is, like I say, I've not done much of a deep dive on these yet, so and the other two lots are predominantly Sheffield knives, but yeah, it says Sheffield down there. I can't quite see that, but anybody put in the comments, please. Right, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you want to see the other two lots, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.